Thank you very much for waiting. Awesome last 2 games from Unity. The first back-to-back chicken dinner for their side. Can it be 3 in a row? We'll have to wait and see, as Sanhok is going to be the next match coming through.
Of course, and they are, once again, one of the teams to join the 3 chicken dinner club.
Ooh.
But this is the overall standings. Tornado Energy, after Milky Way, only got 1 point in that last game. Tornado Energy holding on to a bit more of a gap compared to what we've seen previously. Uni edging a little bit closer to Milky Way, but then we're seeing this big gap, right? You know, so the top 3 are close together, but then you're seeing 4th downwards. There's a bit of a kind of like a grouping there between 3D Max and Katana, and then
5th downwards.
You know, kind of even 5th downwards, to be honest. But it's the fact that you got to look across to the likes of Rewop, Stellar, 4 Angry Kids, Quick Math. Like Quick Math, they're 9th place, but they're only 6 points behind. And as I said, you know, we're getting to the last game of the day. It's only going to be 12 games left for Group A. It's going to be even harder for you to get back up the table, because with every game down, you make it harder, you make it more challenging for yourself. So Quick Math, I know what they can do. Like, there's a reason why they've got kind of 1 chicken dinner so far, and there's a reason why they've looked strong. They can get the points. I've seen what they can do. They've just got to put it together.
Yeah, I really want to try and see Quick Math coming out on top there. Team that I've been seeing in the past few months, and they've been so good.
They got Jupesig, they got Degree, 2 of the
especially
top
Degree,
fraggers in previous phases of PEL. You know, maybe they just got to kind of work just a little bit more. They know what they're doing. They're a strong team. Let's see what is going to happen. But this playing trajectory, quite central. Sanhok is small. Everybody will be able to generally get where they want to.
In the past, at the start, nobody would go bootcamp. Then we saw Quick Math starting to get involved on bootcamp. So we'll have to see if they did shift their gameplay after seeing all those VODs of Sanhok, or if they're going to commit to that one. Actually, they might get involved with Milky Way. Quick Math, they're definitely going for bootcamp, and Milky Way too. So we might have a nice bootcamp start off here. That'll be interesting. Not the kind of early game fight you want to really look for, but if you do get it, you have an easy entry point in the next circle, and also so much loot you can't even count it.
Yeah, and then you also have Last Crew that have dropped down by Tampang, a little bit separated. You have Tornado Energy that have dropped by Runes. Talk about Tornado Energy, Max. They're currently the kind of kings of Sanhok, because they've actually won 2 out of 4 games. Yeah. So they're kind of 50% winners in this map. So they will look to add to it even more by getting another chicken dinner, and of course end the day on a very strong note. What's this phase 1 circle going to go? It's going to go a little bit to the west, but it's central west. So you have, it's kind of a 3-way tie between the mainland and the North and South Island.
Yeah. So it could be any of these islands right now that can be in the next circle shift. So one rotation is actually really good. In my opinion, is 4 Angry Kids. They have the cross-section of the river. If they group back up, because they drop split against the Sanhok, I say it again and again, I'm not a big fan of that on Sanhok. Yeah. But if they get back together and hold the cross-section of the bridge, they have the easiest entry point on any circle of this game.
I know when we came into PEL, I was a fan of Sanhok. Honestly, from seeing it being played in PEL, PKL, and from talking to the players, I'm totally seeing their point of view. It's really such a pain in the ass of a map to play. Of course, as I said, like, there's nothing the players can do. All they can do is look to
break to the circle.
You know, look to kind of adapt to it as much as possible, study it. You know, get an idea of what the teams around them how they like to rotate, so they can look to catch them out. But with third partying being such a prominent part of Sanhok, it does make it so hard to really take a hold of your own position and Sanhok as a map. Yeah,
those shifts are what's going to shut you down. A few teams actually on the east, they might have a little bit of a harsh shift on phase 1, especially the likes of Unity. Rewop, they have a pretty easy entry point. InsideGames, and also LXG. So these teams got to try and be a little bit cautious of how they do deal with this first rotation of phase 1. As DOS Pilot, they're going to be in, as you call it in Purim, the poor man's boot camp. Still has a pretty insane amount of loot, so no team's really dropping these kind of locations early on, so that's going to be great for the likes of DOS Pilots to get that loot that they need, because early game team fights are what are going to be breaking out really quickly. Oh no.
Very true indeed. And Slongo does catcher. Azvern secures the frag super quickly with that beautiful M4. It's Gonna put Katana straight away down to 3 players, and this is the risk of kind of split dropping and going into kind of hut on your own. You can't pay the price for it, and that's exactly what has happened to one member of Katana.
Yeah, 400 kids, I was talking about it earlier, having that cross-section under control. They got back together. It's not still as a 4-man team. They have, like, I think, they have a 2-2 split, which is great here to hold both sides of the river. If you have to rotate through, you actually have a team that can assist your rotation. So I think this is actually great from 400 kids, once again, that cross-section of the river to just have more, like, rotation potential on the next phase. On phase 2 is going to be really important for them.
And also because they have a mountainside beside them that even though it's high ground where one team could kind of overlook them, if no team is around them, apologies, we'll look to get back into it as quickly as possible. Sorry about that technical difficulty. A little bit of radio casting will, there you go, we're back.
I think that was a TV in the game.
Resume normal duty. Because there's a mountainside by the side of them, you know, they're not direct vision from an enemy team to where they are, so they don't have to worry about every angle around them. So yeah, that is part of what puts 4 angry kids in a solid position for now. But as I said, Sanhok, you know, one of the things that the teams and the players are a fan of is how quickly the circle closes in. It goes so fast that it's kind of like you don't really have room to or time to even think, and that makes it a little bit harder when you're looking to build a strategy and change up how you go throughout this game, because next thing you know, you're going into a team fight not as prepared as you'd normally be in Miramar and Erangel, and find yourself being down to 1 member, 2 member, or even potentially squad wiped.
And as we see, DOS Pilot rotating away from Camp Charlie, they're going to go actually towards 3D Max. Nothing happening. As I say, that Rita going to be knocked away, and a headshot by Solar. Rita going to be instantly flushed away. That's the first kill happening for their side. POLLADERUC also get knocked away. That's going to be now DOS Pilot down to 2 members against the full forces of 3D Max. They do have this building, but now this is a great flank happening by Noki.
Yeah,
he goes for it, gets the shot, gets CTR down once again, and that's going to be Lipsin. He has to be the last member remaining on his side. He has to do a run for it to try and avoid the skirmish with the likes of 3D Max. Doesn't make it out of range. CTR just get confirmed. 3D Max, kills coming to them. Easy peasy. Let's go.
Come on, DOS Pilots. Come on, Lipsin. I'm really rooting for you guys.
If you want to snake on Sanhok is good, though. This is the
map
for it.
it kind of is. As a 1-man army, it is probably the best map to get a solid result out of. We've seen it in a couple of games of Sanhok so far. I'm hoping that it really aids DOS Pilots. But because Sanhok is so much of a kind of a third-party type game, if you can secure as many kill points as you can, even if you get taken out in the bottom 6, it's still an overall higher positive for your result in this game. As Kamka from Katana. Grenade being flown out by Quick Math in that direction. Is it going to connect down to 21 health? The grenade did blow up, but didn't heavily connect. He's going to look to heal himself up.
Under. Oh my god, that was great by
Tubesic. Great play indeed.
Under the foundation of the building, got Kamka. Also, that grenade, because it's a square building, didn't have any protection inside, so he had to leave the building. That's really unfortunate. It's a great push from the members of Quick Math.
But here's what I'm talking about. The third party. Milky Way hears the shots off. And Slonzo gets knocked down. Pelty gets knocked down. When you look to engage onto an opponent in Sanhok, you've got to do it super quickly because the teams are so close together that, as I said, you're going to find yourself being put under pressure from another angle much quicker than you are in other maps.
They did lose Zoom, unfortunately. Tried to push a little bit more. They still have their 2 members. Going to be
do.
And Diggory. I said it earlier. They need to get to the compound. Now they're getting shot. They cleared out the compound away, so they have a little bit more room to breathe with, to try and deal with that protection. But here it is. Unity Quizzy going to try and rotate on through. Rewap have the information. Cars are a little bit risky, but in the early stages, especially when you have no teams around here, that can be rewarding to try and get to a better location as fast as possible. And now, Milky Way, because this fight's been going on for so long, InsideGames, they're getting involved. They are a 3-man party, a 3-man partying team.
Exactly.
Yeah, that fight went on too long.
Like, honestly, I feel sorry for every single team participating in Sanhok. I don't want to rip on the map too much, but I'm really feeling how much pain the players feel playing this map, as all they can do is just do their best to survive, to stay strong. DP is now the only one that's left standing for Milky Way, and what Well, actually, no. Milky Way get eliminated in 16th place at the hands of InsideGames. Now, I've got to know, do InsideGames know that there is 2 members of Quick Math? Are they aware? Did they hear those initial shots, which is the reason why they were able to third party? I think they are aware of it. Yeah. They're looking in that direction. Diggory and Jupsig, they have the wall. They have, even though they're in low ground, they have the wall and they have the houses around them, which is giving them a nice level of protection against InsideGames.
YMCA, they're going to be on the northern section here. They're going to be on that island towards Camp Alpha. They do have a nice entry point through the river on that bridge, but still it can get kind of gatekeeped by the likes of Tornado Energy. Ferrari Breach are going to be on their east side, so they've got to try and keep that in mind. They do have the high ground also, so Ferrari Breach can maybe try and get involved. 400 Kids also going to be trying to deal with those rotations, try and get information on where teams are located. That's LXG. They're finally going to be rotating pretty late. They're going to make it on through the south, as Katana was taken out in 15th position.
Yeah, it was always going to be tough. It was down to Maxar left standing. But you got to say, one-man army, that is Lipsin, on side of Dust Pilot, still going strong. So keep an eye on what he's doing as Tornado Energy do hold on to runes. They're in a 2-2 split. So you got 2 members, Example and Alia, holding on to that coastal line by the bridge. So kind of bridge camping, so to speak, or coastal camping. And then you have 2 members, Melman and Compa, holding on to ruins. Yeah. So that's a really nice position. It's center circle. Let's see what they can make of it. As
LXG and Stella, the 2 teams rotating through the south. 4v4. Moleman is going to be scouted out. Grenade going to be chucked on through. It is on the low ground, so he can roll to their feet. Kaz does find Fuse. Going to turn into now a 4v3. They still have that high ground, and Kaz going for the nice flank. He does have that building, can try and use it as defense. NLXE is going to be now a 4v2, but still they are not in the circle. This can get risky. Nice right back on top of Beamy. One of the top DPS in this first phase.
Yeah, the QBU doing solid work for these players. Now the QBZ is also a really popular weapon in Sanhok. Even though it has a slower fire rate compared to the M4, it's only in Sanhok. It's very popular for these players as this circle shift went very highly up northwards. Rewop, FBI, YMCA, the only 3 full teams that are inside circle. Last crew, Tornado Energy, 400 Kids, now making their way across.
And this is what I was talking about. The cross-section of the river at 400 Kids is so good because that shift is a little bit like not expected. They could easily get an entry point and also have the compounders right next door, which is great for them.
Now, HeartShift, they could, if there's a boat by that coastal line of Tampang, they can get into it and make their way across into the circle from that southwest side. Be a nice entry point. There's a couple of compounds they can hold on to, and they could catch out the likes of YMCA and Last Crew. But if they're going to do it, they want to get it. They want to do it super quickly because the play zone is restricting from now. So they can either do it now or they can leave it super late and kind of fight against the blue zone. It seems that they're kind of possibly doing it now, looking for that boat.
Yeah, that could be a viable strategy for them. Tornado Energy, they got now 2 members across on the northern island, 2 members still on the main island, so they're going to try and rotate and get back together. 3D Max and Stella, they're going to be clapping back and forth. Stella in a little bit of struggle, and you're going to have Kaz remaining on their side. And Kaz is going to be also surrounded by Noki, just a little bit higher up north. We might be seeing the end here of Stella. Would be really unfortunate to go out in 13th position.
But there's a certain level of potential restrictions coming out because Quick Math are also near 3D Max, although it is only a 2-man army of Quick Math. Let's see what's going to happen as Stellar does get eliminated. Another kill point. That's going to be 8 kills in total so far for 3D Max alone. That's a damn good Sanhok game, if you ask me, for 3D Max as they look to secure their top 8 spot. Diggory and Jupsig driving on through, fighting against his circle. You also have Lipsin from Dust Pilots making his way across the runes, trying to hold on to the edge of circle. He could play a potential part, but this is it. See, that's the thing, because HeartShift didn't make that play as early as they should have, they're facing up against Last Crew. Unfortunately, hate to see it done, they get eliminated. We're down to 11 teams, 36 players.
Going through the water is always going to be a little bit risky, as if you
got to do it early.
Yeah, you got to. They should have done it earlier, not get pressured by the circle.
Exactly.
Because last year had a little bit more time, but here it is though. Back up to the 5 inside games and 4 angry kids. Going to be having one extra knock, 2 members down. 4 angry kids. Going to have Havokki remaining a little bit further back in the distance. And inside games is slowly going to be closing on through. Grenade hits the tree, doesn't quite connect, unfortunately, but still that high ground is going to be huge. RonnieKray going to try and drop down just a little bit. He's going to be a casualty anyways, and Havokki, that circle is going to be too much to deal with. They're going to try and put the grenade to try and slow him down.
But you also have Unity. You also have Unity playing a part in this squad fight, so it's a bit of a 3-man squad fight. And my Lord, sweet Mary, mother of circle, Jesus, that shift down to the south. It's putting YMCA in a prominent position. Tornado Energy have that kind of bridge camp. FBI do have that compound on the edge of the circle. It's going to still kind of be not too bad. Last crew, not looking the strongest, but they're still a full squad because the second they go near the edge of that circle, I feel like Tornado Energy have a really nice angle of vision, and even YMCA, so they could find themselves pinched. Unity, they're fighting against the circle right now. They're in a squad fight against 4 angry kids and Inside Games, who are still a 4-man squad and do hold on to the edge of the circle.
Oh, Quizzy Snoopy. Oh, Havokki, if he res back up, he does have the AKM up. He's going to try and get them in the back. Has the angle on top, but he's 100% just waiting for them to get in a straight line in front of him to have a nice angle. Here it is, a little above action.
Bingo.
Just get Snoopy knocked away. Doesn't quite flush, and he's going to get clapped right back. Unfortunately, maybe he'll change his focus back on the other member to shut them down.
He was trying to look for the frag, which made sense. He just couldn't do it in time. There's still Northrest. I wonder if Northrest could have been a bit more communicated with the rest of his team to secure that frag and even secure that squad wipe. But of course, he's still going strong. He's still having to fight against the circle. It's fine from Rewop, secures a knockdown on to oKKo. But got to try and secure those frags because points mean prizes, especially when you're trying to find our way into the top 8 as DOS pilots do finally get eliminated in 11th place. Unfortunately, not going to find themselves in the placement position. And I believe they didn't secure a kill point. Of course, we'll find out at the end of this game. Degree does secure a kill onto 3D Max. Ferrari's being taken down, so Quick Math being a bit disruptive in this game. As guessing from Rewop gets taken out as Washout from Ferrari breaching. Now this is going to be Ferrari breach still surviving, but EduCoz is knocked down. Washout trying to heal himself up. They are inside the circle. You have 4 angry kids making their way through. That is Northrest, the surviving member. Could play a bit of a potential part in a bit of an upset for one of these two teams.
Going to try and go for a second grenade chucked on over. He's going to get res back up to 75. Grenade coming back and forth. Also, if the grenade compounds, they are huge. Down to 10 HP. Also going to be putting him death for a few seconds. So if they do storm it now, he won't quite be able to hear it. A bit clap of action back and forth. He is the last member on the side of Ferrari breach. So if he dies, that's going to be the end of their story. Out in 10th position. Nice angle coming on through. Does he get a headshot? Doesn't quite get it as he does peek up just a little bit too early. And here it is. Next shift. Still going to have some river. Huge for the likes of Tornado Energy and YMCA. But Unity going to be coming on through on top of Inside Games. Ferrari breach. Washout going to be taken out. And actually going to be 10th position just a few seconds before, but it's not really that important because they're still on that top 8, so no positioning points.
It's not as bad in a Phase 5 circle as you've seen in previous Sanhok games. I know there's a river involved, so there's much less land area for these teams to occupy, but compared to previous games where you've seen up to 30 to 32 players left in Phase 6, we're Phase 5, and there's 24 players left alive. So it's technically a bit more space for these players to move around, but I'm sure it doesn't feel like that because it's still such a small area as YMCA holding onto the compounds. Last crew hold the high ground, and you have Tornado Energy camping the river.
Yeah, and 3D Max, they're slowly going to try and make it on through. They're going to get hauled down by last crew and also Tornado Energy. They're going to try and make it through. Maybe you go and like send in some members in the river just to try and like split your forces to have a chance of making it through the ward, like through the mainland would be good here. That could be risky, but also rewarding if they do make it.
The good thing for 3D Max is that even if they're across the river, they're still in the circle. And now Degree does get taken down by Solar. There's only Jupzig left. Jupzig fighting against the blue zone. As we do see Northwest getting work done as the final member of 4 Angry Kids. Odstrelovac secures a kill onto Zolar. 4 Angry Kids do get eliminated. It is down to the play zone, so a kill isn't being secured. As Noki does get knocked down last. Crew flanking around and helping the likes of Tornado Energy and YMCA to get another kill as Phantom does knock down AKA's skills. The circle's closing in. Duke Day is still going strong, but fighting against the Blue Zone means he will get taken out. So Quick Math get eliminated in 7th place. 6 teams, 19 players alive. Sanhok, the final game of the day. Who will come out on top? Tornado Energy have won 2 games in Sanhok already. Can they make it a 3rd out of 5?
That's what they're going to try and aim for. The circle shift is going to be pretty good for YMCA, actually. Still, last through.
Yeah.
Holding the complete west section here against Tornado Energy, and also their last Phantom of 3 max rewop. Yeah, they still have this really good high ground. But still, if it does shift away from them, they've got to go downhill. That's a little bit scary.
True.
But InsideGames going to try and get involved. Phantom actually clapping back and getting a kill confirm. And
baby.
that rewop. Oh my god, 3D Max doing the godly plays on that bridge. Does he get to knock it in time? I'm not too sure. Maybe he can get a res if he is in a nice safe to put. He does get to knock it. That is huge.
Yes.
The rewop, as I said, they have to go a little bit downhill. And also, because of InsideGames positioning, they can transfer them directly. Guess who was taken out of the picture? Mage Bane going to be the last member on their side. And now Tornado Energy Compop put down solo. Same for Alia GG. Going to try and chuck a grenade on through. Mark, can he get the double kill? Was that Kobe grenade? We'll have to wait and see. I think it might be just a little bit too short notice. Yeah, that will be the case. They will try and clap back just a little bit. But now they're going to try and go on that coastline to get that dip for themselves. But still, YMCA not getting involved and still having that compound. That is huge for them.
So last crew using the smoke grenades on the road to try and provide a little bit of a smoke wall. It's clever play. It's forward thinking because they have to make a play. They have to push on forward. Nocky from 3D Max. Him and Phantom are the only 2 members. It's a bridge push as Mailman does get knocked down. Phantom with the grenade do work for his side. As Jappy does secure the kill on the Ala GG. Tornado Energy find themselves pinched, but Rewop do get eliminated in 6th place. Nocky is going to be able to get taken down at the hands of last crew. Muck Phantom down to 8 health will also get taken down. And yes, 3D Max get eliminated in 5th place. We're down to 4 teams. 3 teams because Tornado Energy do get taken out. We're down to InsideGames, YMCA, and last crew. Who's going to come out on top? YMCA, they've kept fairly quiet. They've held on to the north side of the circle for multiple phases, and they have the compound in their favor. It is a little bit more high ground, although InsideGames, they have a little bit of a high ground. They've kept kind of quiet, but they've gotten the kills when they need to. Muck looking for him with the QBU, prone down. Great position coming out from InsideGames. They know they have to play it safe. They know they're on the edge of the circle, but as our last crew, all they need to do is just move slightly forward. But in Sanhok, the second you inch, you can find yourself exposed.
I'm really liking what last crew has. They have a lot of terrain that's still in circle, so they can try and get a little bit closer to the compound. And if it does shift away from YMCA, that's when they can potentially control that late game. Going to be interesting to see how that one works out. You talked about the high ground, but here it is. Not going to be really important as the high ground is just not in circle anymore. Have a dip to work with. Going to have a little bit of smoke. YMCA Sakura going to try and get that grenade chucked on through. Not going to quite get on top of InsideGames. And InsideGames is slowly rotating towards the likes of pass through.
Look at it.
Going to be a 2v2 on their side. But yeah, the shift was pretty central once again. Rip. Maybe in an angle. Zampeek 100% got the information. Who's going to peek? Who's going to get that first knock? That's where it's going to create the man advantage. But YMCA, no need to rotate. Still has a 4-man team. That is huge for them. Potentially going to take this game on Sanhok.
InsideGames, they have 8 kills already. So right now, they just want to try and get as many kills as possible. That's why Secure is a little bit more central, a little bit away from his teammate. Although it is going to find himself being taken out as Zampeek does get fragged out. Odstrelovac does get fragged out as well. As last crew, going to be one of 2 teams left going as YMCA gonna secure the kill. Secure does secure the win for YMCA.
I always talk about it, YMCA, if they get to the late game, they're always a scary, scary team to go up against. They didn't leave a chance, even though it was only 1 member, they just completely enveloped him and didn't leave him a chance to come back from that whatsoever. So great play from YMCA. They checked out the kill feed. They saw 1 knock, 2 knock, 3 knocks, 1 member remaining. Let's just go on through, secure that kill for ourselves. So that's great execution from them. This Sanhok game, I gotta say, the team that was the most unlucky was 3D Max, like having that rotation.
Yeah, but they still got a lot of kills on their way to it. So
DOS Pilot, and
you know, it's a DOS Pilots. Unfortunately, hey now, don't hurt my feelings even more. You know, so 3D Max pulled in a strong game. InsideGames pulled in a strong game. Of course, Last Crew got a strong game as well. I still have to say kind of the biggest loser in that game. I say loser in hyphens. Nobody's really a loser in these contender games. But the biggest missed opportunity in my eyes is HeartShift with that rotation. If they had have done it much earlier than they did, they would have avoided Last Crew. They would have held on to a much more of a north side area of the circle. They potentially could have breached YMCA and got them from behind, and obviously it would have meant they would have survived much longer in that game.
They had a little bit of a hard time. Then that was when the last member of Stella tried to rotate 3D Max. They were controlling the south section. But yeah, that was the move we were talking about earlier. HeartShift, they should have done that move earlier when the circle was not pressuring them, because Last Crew at that point early on did not rotate on the coastline, so that would have also given them an easy entry point and take the place of Last Crew in that game.
Yeah, it just would have given them a much better position, but Ferrari Breach also didn't have a bad game indeed. Rewop were trying to frag out as much as possible. You need to get eliminated in 10th place. How will that affect them in the overall positions? At the end of the day, 3D Max, they were just on fire in that game. Odstrelovac and InsideGames, they looked a lot more dangerous as we've seen them in previous games.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I've known what they can do previously, especially from the Contenders Open.
Rip.
I want to see them be a little bit more dangerous in the Contenders of Phase 3.
Yeah. Rip doing just ripping on through in all of those enemies, especially on Tornado Energy, but then they just close on through, didn't give him a chance to come back from that, and here it is. That was the winner, chicken dinner move, and YMCA coming out on top once again. Great performance for them in this late game.
5 teams with 0 points.
What is it today?
At the end. Yeah, what is it?
Surprising, right?
I think I'd say it's definitely the worst day of Group A, where most teams have gotten 0 points, so to speak. But now we look at the top 8. Last Crew, 3D Max, getting 11 kills each. InsideGames getting 8. That's what I was talking about. YMCA, they kept quiet. They only got 13 points in total, but it's double digits. It secured their top 8 spot. Quick math, they needed a solid result, getting 7 kill points, 8 in total for their work. And Rewop as well, putting in a strong performance, getting 4 kills, 6 in total. As I said, the average points per game for kind of the top 8, 8th to 7th position is between 6 to 7 points.
As you pan on over to the kill leaders, Rip from Last Crew, big surprise. No, not at all. We saw that huge engagement on the likes of Tornado Energy, then that last game, engagement against the likes of InsideGames, got the 2 knocks for himself. Rip doing huge performance on the Sanhok game, and then 3D Max.
Look at that.
They were picking fight after fight. I'm not surprised to see 2 of members of 3D Max up there in terms of damage output, over 500 on both sides. And 3D Max, despite once again that very late game not working out for them too much, their rotation had been on point throughout the entire game. It was just a bit too much to deal with at the end.
It was just a bit too much to deal with. They looked a bit more forward thinking than other teams with those rotations that went against them. So it paid off when it came to the kills. But this is the standings at the end of the day. We've only got 3 days left, 12 games. Who's looking strong? Who's looking weak? Of course, Tornado Energy holding on to that top spot. But Milky Way getting in some good points, some good results, as well as Unity that hold on to the top 3.
I was just about to say, especially Unity. They started off the day in 6th position with 97 points, and they just climbed up an extra 50 to 60 points up their sleeve in just 4 games with 2 chicken dinners. Unity got to be the POG champ team of today.
Of course, but when we look at the likes of 9th place, quick math, they got a couple of extra points, but it definitely wasn't the consistency that they need coming into these games, coming into these days. But they still hold on to 9th place. Katana hold on to 8th place with 111 points, but it's up to likes Rewop, 4 Angry Kids, and Stellar to get the best results they can in these final days to try to make the push for the top 8.
The push for the top 8, that's what these teams are going to try and achieve tomorrow, as the next 4 matches are going to be shown here on screen at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. Is going to be kicking off the day with 1 Erangel game, then 2 Miramars. Miramar today was actually really, really fun, so I can't wait to see more action on that. So double Miramar, and then once again, ending off the day with a good old Sanhok. Yeah. Controversial map that or you love it or you hate it. I think a lot of people hate it. That's what I see right now. But it's going to be really fun to see what these teams are going to try and achieve tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be even closer to that end game.
Yeah, of course. The evolution is going to go on. The story is going to build up. We'll see who will get ever closer to the top 8.
Thank you very much for watching. My name is Maxman. Once again, with Imperium here on my left. Absolutely awesome day today. We'll see you back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime here on the PEL channel. See you next time.